So, on the 7th of May, lots of places across the country will be voting in local elections. And these elections matter more than people realise. Now, I'm not here to tell anyone how to vote. And to be honest, I'm not even sure myself. I've had one leaflet through the door so far. It's from Reform and it's entirely based on national politics. So, well, let's be clear. These elections will not directly change anything nationally. They will, of course, give parties a sense of how people are feeling across the country. But what really matters is what happens locally, right there where you live. Local councillors influence things like keeping streets clean, your bin collections, local parks, burial provision, community safety, and a whole list of everyday services. Honestly, I could do a whole video on it. But here's my real message today. I'm urging you to be proactive. Contact the candidates who are standing in your ward. Ask them what they plan to do about the issues that matter where you live. Now, in Redditch, where I live, and because of my job, I see firsthand what's driving people into poverty. And the reasons are wide ranging, of course, but we've seen a sharp rise in three areas: homelessness, joblessness, and addiction. And often one leads to another, and all have a huge impact on people's mental health. So, my question to anyone who wants to stand for election is simple. What are your plans to tackle these issues? How will you increase social housing on a scale we haven't seen here since the 1960s? How are you going to attract businesses to the town? I mean, we're perfectly placed for manufacturing and logistics. We're right next to the motorways, but we're seeing a huge increase in unemployment. And what support will you give to organisations working with people who are in crisis? How will you ensure that the voluntary and charitable sector is properly supported? Now, we know that charities can often deliver help faster and more cost effectively than the council, especially when it's super local charities. I'm not talking about the big charities where they're paying their CEO £200,000 a year. I'm on about those grassroots charities. And we know as well that prevention is always better than a cure. So what schemes will reduce reliance on food banks? I mean, we're still seeing higher need for food banks than at COVID. It's 45% higher. So my request is a simple one. Contact your candidates. Ask them how they plan to improve things. I mean, it's easy to point out what's wrong, but it's much harder to explain how you're going to fix it. And that's exactly what we need to be hearing.